What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. For this week's Monday motivational post, it's something counterintuitive, and that's envisioning your anti-vision. So I think a lot of times we try to think of what we want in life, and sometimes we do imagine that, but it constantly changes, and oftentimes we just don't know. We go through periods where it's just like things are uncertain. We try to figure out our values and how it gets concretely manifested in the world. But what is easier is imagining what we don't want. So, what counterintuitively can be motivating is that first you think of, okay, where do I don't want to be in 5 years, right? So usually it's like a mix of, oh, some soulless career that I just hate waking up to, like long commutes, working with people I don't like, stuff like that. Not working my passions, like giving up on my passions, my favorite hobbies, not making time for my loved ones, whether it be spouse, family, friends, giving back to the community, stuff like that. Not taking care of your health, like just being out of shape and not being able to look in yourself in the mirror and not feeling confident. Just not working on hobbies or not being able to travel, do all the things that you want to do, right? So I think everyone's different, so try to get as specific as possible. Then after that, you can either brainstorm yourself to reflect deeply or simply ask AI, right? So just ask AI, all right, here's my anti-vision of what I don't want 5 years. What would the daily routine of someone that will have this life be if, what would they do daily, right? So morning, afternoon, night, weekly, monthly, etc., right? So from there, you can easily see it. So usually just, I think the AI usually comes up with something like, oh, you wake up, you doom scroll, you don't really care, you don't get sunlight, you don't walk around, you don't start the day off strong, right? So yes, doom scroll until it's time to, you're forced to work on a weekdays, or if it's a weekend, you just keep doom scrolling until you just waste time until you're hungry, you gotta go out, you're forced to, or you just order food, right? So, and then afterwards, you don't really take care of your health, you don't work on your passions, you don't go to the gym, you don't catch up with loved ones, whether it be IRL, online, you don't push yourself to explore, you're constantly watching the same doom scroll loop on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, comparing yourself, stuff like that. Very common between folks, but a little bit individualized per person. Then third, look at that routine and see how that lines with your current routine, right? So I think the interesting thing is that oftentimes your routine doesn't have to be perfect, right? It just has to not have that bad habit, right? So for example, if someone has a habit of waking up, immediately doom scrolling for 1 to 2 hours, I think that could be a huge negative momentum killer. So try to substitute out something else, right? Maybe you can put your phone far away, alarm or something. So instead of doom scrolling in bed, maybe you could replace it with a slightly less habit, right? So instead of just doom scrolling on your phone read the whole time, maybe wake up, maybe you scroll a little bit while you're walking around outside, or maybe you save your doom scrolling for a little bit later, stuff like that, right? So maybe you have another habit of just not really training daily and just like potatoing a lot. So maybe, hey, who knows, screw it. Maybe if you want to just doom scroll in the gym on the treadmill or something, or you're just like doing a few sets of push-ups, squats, pull-up variations, stuff like that, and you can do scroll on the side, like you set a timer for like 2 minutes rest each time. So it kind of negates effects, and it can be even more positive, right? So just any of these negative momentum killing habits, just tweak it and replace it, right? So I think I think having in mind what your anti-vision is, along with your actual long-term vision that's a more positive, is really powerful, since anti-vision can be very clearly made every single time, while the vision can be constantly adapted, because people change a lot every couple of years. So let me know how your weekly goals go. I think this week's like the true final week of June, so let's crush it in June. Let's clutch this, and let's do it.